Hey, what is going on, awesome people? Welcome back to my channel once again. So today I will talk about happiness as a overall things in our life. So there's many times that it happened in our life. Our happiness wasn't defined by us, but it has been defined by people that involve in our life. Means that people closest to us, our relative, our parents, our children, maybe our friends, best friends. Most of the time they affect our happiness in some part of our life. So why do I bring this topic up today? Because I think that we should take charge of our happiness more than we're giving this power away to people that are involved in our life or still involving in our life. The reason why that we should take care of our own happiness is because no one else is responsible for our happiness. With that said, I mean take the selfishness away from wanting other to give that happiness to us. So start today, try to make this your priority, to maximize your happiness by doing the things that you really love, you really like to do. It can be simplest things like reading, connecting with people. Right? What I mean by connecting with people is like how you give them laughter and happiness and show your characteristic, but not in some way want to try and take things from them. Okay, be fully yourself. Don't care about like what other people think about you, might say about you when you're having conversation, because when you are detached from the outcome, when you are not trying to impress, trying to like make them give you that validation and you'll be happy, like you will feel the real meaning of fulfillment or connection with that person. Or might be something like taking some time away for you to be alone and meditate. Right? That might be the things that you like to do. Right? So no matter how small things are, for those that I didn't mention now, you can do it and you can like maximize or increase your happiness by doing that. Okay, there's no need for you to search outside of yourself for that things. And how can we do this? Right. First is to allow ourselves to have time for ourselves. Right. By taking some time back to do things, to take care of ourselves, our own well-being, attending our own hobbies and stuff like that, we are giving that power back to ourselves so that we don't rely too much on the outside world and make this their responsibility to give that happiness to us. So we must take the time back. We must arrange things into our life that can actually fulfill our needs. But I find out that amazing thing that can make myself happy. The example of me doing things is physical activities. Because it's kind of like getting that dopamine when you're attending the gym, hitting that PR, right? Meeting the challenge and like doing a challenge and overcome the challenge in a gym is the best way for me to get the dopamine hits that I want in healthier way. Okay, not by, for example, the bad way to get dopamine hit is alcoholism, pornography, or binge eating, like all those impulsive behavior is going to make us like search out for resource to make us happy. Right? It doesn't need to be challenging. Okay? Think of this, right? When you look up for porn, when you look up for the food and binge watching and binge eating or drinking alcohol, you're looking out from the outside for the physical thing for you to consume in order to get that high or get that satisfaction to make you happy. But when you do physical activities like gym, like martial arts, or swimming, or badminton, you're actually using your body. Right? You have to work for it in a physical way. To exhaust your body, to use your body, exercise your body. And that hit differently. If you are addicted to fitness, like it's better than you are addicted to alcohol, to porn, right? Because in other way, the other one that is bad is going to cost you a lot of money, especially doing drugs, I think, and things like that. And when you start to really examine yourself, what really makes you happy, and you try to do it more often, and you give yourself that dopamine hit. Like once you can do that, you will realize that you have no need for the outside world, or not as much as before, that you need their company, you need them to validate you and giving you that emotional need, that dopamine, that things that will satisfy your inner world. Okay? If you have hobbies, like, go and do it. So that is the way. But then again, when we say that we want connection with people that are closest to us, yes, we do need that. And just like I said before, use different approach to that relationship. Like you are the one who is giving, you are the one who is providing that emotional need. As you, like, okay, here's the point. When you giving that energy and emotion and validation to your friends, your families, and people closest to you, you will also need to train yourself to receive them in return. Okay, people get like really lost in their own world. Sometimes, okay, this is example, and this has happened for me before, because I was so into my own world, and I start to lose interest in other people. That's not healthy. This is why I want to address this point. But like once you are having hobbies and stuff like that and doing the things that you love to do, and you continue doing it because you love it, you get lost, like you lost the track of time because you're doing the things that you love, and you get the things that you need there, the dopamine, the emotional needs and satisfaction, like conquering something and achieving something, achieving your goals. Like once you get those things in, the things that you yourself can give to yourself, like I kind of lost touch with the outside world, which is not good. So here's the point. We also need to know how to maintain that receiving person that we used to be. We want to also receive in return and be a better giver, right? That's the point. Because we used to be like, okay, give me that thing now, because I don't have hobbies, I don't have things that I want to achieve, or goals or hobbies. Like we search outside for those things. Once we have the things that I tell you before, like we become a giver, like we share, we express, and then in return, we will want to practice that receiving too, like let people be good to you, let them invest in you, right? Because it is a healthy relationship to do that, because it's about give and take. Like a relationship is about give and take. When you give them too much and you forgot how to receive, that relationship become like a unbalanced relationship, right? There's no giving from the other side. Okay, they will also feel bad for not giving you if that person is a good person, and then you don't want to receive and just want to give. And in an unhealthy way, it will drain your energy, it will drain your resources. Right? When you learn how to receive, you kind of letting that energy in, and you receive that energy. You feel the validation, you feel the appreciation from the other person. So it's important to learn that, to receive, to be able to receive back once you have your own independent needs and goals, and also you can validate yourself. Like people think there's no need for seeking validation from outside world, and slowly they become isolated, they become weird when they try to interact, trying to connect with people, because they have lost that ability to build connection, to communicate and express themselves. Because I know that as human beings, we are meant to be connecting with each other. We will build to have connection with people, to have like a balanced emotional and the healthy mental, like to make a healthy brain, for example. Somehow I lost track or words to describe the things I want to say. To have a good mental health is to have balanced relationship, give and take, and ability to connect with yourself with others and share openly your needs, be vulnerable of what you are, because you are so sure of yourself when when you have the ability to give, okay, to provide, and you can be vulnerable, if that person doesn't receive you for who you are, that's okay, because your happiness is come from within yourself, right? You emanate that energy, and if he or she doesn't relate to you or connect to you, that's okay, right? You will not get really hurt, but sometimes it may be some hurt, like, oh, why does he or she doesn't accept me for who I am? I'm trying to be vulnerable and giving, but it's not as much pain as before, okay? But you have to be willing to like open up yourself to receive, so that, you know, more extra things will come into your life and further nourishing the needs that you want, that sometimes you can't really get from within yourself. But I think it's still sufficient for us to live. Like if you are single, if you are doing things that you like or love right now, it's sufficient for us to live like that, because we have things going on and we can get that fulfillment, that emotional need from the works that we have done or the achievement that we have made, the things that we did. But that connection, right, is also important. And that's why I say it's very important to be able to receive. Like when you have the abundance, but you still need to receive that energy. All right, guys. And I wonder if there's still more. And there's another way to get that energy or that inspiration from the nature. Okay, approach, get close, have a walk in the nature, in the park or in the national park, right? Be with yourself, being calm, right? It's the way to let things in. Like the mother nature has this power, like how the tree grows, how it's like abundance look like, all the trees, all the birds, and the sound of the like bugs in the bush are making, right? They all abundance, they are so calming and natural. And that's the way we can also use that as an inspiration. Like sometimes we are so drained out of our works, of what we can do in our daily life. But when we receive from the mother nature, from the energy of the forest, sometimes I think that it's because when we are taking a walk in the park or in the woods, we are breathing a fresher oxygen, okay? Our environment is better air quality, so we feel refreshed, we feel recharged. And that's the way to balance things out too, okay? Don't need things for other people. Even you take a walk by yourself, you can achieve that, having that recharged feelings and ready to go in the next hours. So that's about it. This is how we look out for the energy that we want to get, to keep ourselves charged and fulfilled, like without needing attention or validation from outside world. Like we can do this by ourselves, and through wanting like chasing other people's time so they can give you time, why not take that energy back and do stuff that you love? So there's no neediness in you that you want people's time. I know it's normal that we want to bond and we want to connect with friends, but as people are getting busier and busier, we have more right to, demanding times from other people, right? Unless they really want to connect, they really want to make that effort to connect with you. And you can go and, be a giver and be a receiver in that time. That's healthy. But don't expect, people have their choice, have their final decision on how they want to spend that time, because it's their life. And before I end this video, I want to discuss one more thing. If you are having a relationship now and still going on, it is important to validate each other when you have a relationship. And it is important for you guys to be able to connect, because what are the reasons that bring you together? Because of the connection, because of the communication, because of the characteristic that you have that attract him or her to be with you, right? You are attracted to each other, right? And if you lost that ability to communicate, to express yourself, to connect yourself with each other, it will harm that relationship in the long term, right? Make effort into doing that, right? Because that person already sacrificed for you their time, their energy, and their emotional, has invested their emotional in you. And as a return, we should give back too. And we shouldn't be so selfish that we are on our job all the time, because we are here to meet each other's energy. That is why we end up being with each other, right? You have to ask that question. What is the purpose of me being in that person's life? Like, why do we attracted to each other? And from there, here comes, we need the sacrifice. We need to talk, we need to spend time. And to be able to do that is sit down and having a good conversation, like how much time we should spend for each other, and talk to each other and do the things that we used to like to do, so that we are aligned with what we want before, in order to keep that relationship strong. And people often misuse the relationship by spending too much time. When you spend too much time together, it kind of like killing the vibe, killing the mysterious, or what you can say, like an excitement of seeing each other again. Like, it's kind of killing that excitement. So you want to keep times for yourself, be serious about what you do, and like make that person miss you, right? That's what I want to talk about, right? Balance things up. Don't give too much, and yet don't be too selfish. And we can find balance in between, I believe, but all we need is self-control. Like when we fall in love, when we emotionally invest in someone, it's very easy for us to over-invest our emotion, overspend our time to the other person. And it kills the relationship fast. And in some way, sometimes it happens, you change a lot because of like you giving out your hobbies, you giving out your time, you spend all your time to your lovers or the person you're having a relationship with, and slowly the attraction die off because you don't have any more like hobbies, and you don't spend your time on doing the things that you love anymore. You lost your character. Like you are not the one that person used to be. And that is why that he or she love you at first. Like you have your own things. And that is the way to guard your own energy too, right? Don't rely too much on your partner to give you that validation, happiness. Right? Maintain and do the stuff that you do. That's what makes you you. I think that's it. That's all I want to share today. Congratulations if you stay until now. Like so far from where we start 30 minutes ago, you have a good concentration, focus. And in this channel, I often talk about focus and concentration because the world is kind of like lack of this kind of ability. We have very, very short attention span, even shorter than a goldfish. No surprise, everyone knows if they watch my video. So why do we compare to the animal that has lower ability than us? Because like humans achieve great things because of their focus. They can focus for a long period of time without giving up, without spreading their energy all over the place and achieve nothing. Okay? Great people achieve great things because they dedicated themselves to focus and also knowing what they want and confident that they can achieve that. And that's why they become better and better. And through training and be able to focus is the way to achieve great things. Consistently doing things are the way getting better at it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, please help by like and subscribe to my channel so that I can grow this channel. This is what I want to do now while I'm trying to help other people to realize their ability to do and be better at things. And I appreciate that you also help me to grow this channel and you are a part of this channel. All the love. I see you in the next one. Peace.